Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex,
I am Eric.
and this week we have a very special hobby, springtime, almost summertime theme podcast, right, Eric?
Oh, that's it. You know it. Everyone knows in the spring, do you know what happens? Massive migrations.
Of butterflies.
No. You got the butter right. But that's because I'm migrating all the butter out of my fridge and into the wild so I can sit still for probably, 66 hours or so and just only eat butter to survive while watching my favorite thing, birds.
Oh, that's right, folks. Get your binoculars. It's time to sit still at the edge of your bird feeder for hours at a time in Alex and Eric, bird watching experts.
That's true. We aren't actually just experts. Also, there is no E in experts. It's just experts because we're extreme bird watchers.
Oh, that's right. We don't just do none of this namby-pamby grandma bird watching. We do
Mm-mm.
extreme bird watching. I'm telling you, we're pulling 8, 10 hour shifts at the bird feeder every day. We don't believe in cameras. We believe in Polaroids only.
So what we do is we actually take shifts. One person on the bird bath and one person on the feeder, just constantly going. It's a miracle that we actually haven't decomposed already and became bird food ourselves.
It's really about that extreme vigilance that we can capture all of the amazing birds. One of my favorite, Eric, birds of all time is not the Canadian goose, but rather the Canadian titmouse. It's
Ooh.
related to the famous North American bird, the black-crested titmouse, but
Uh-huh.
there's also a tufted titmouse native to central North America. But in northern central, Great Plains area of Canada is my favorite bird, the crested titmouse.
So I've heard that this is like the titmouse. However, it has large, peculiar antlers on it, as well as a abundantly maple syrup diet.
Yeah, so the distinguishing features of the Canadian titmouse is its flannel coating. Its feathers
Oh,
are
yep.
have a checkered flannel pattern to them, and it is 5 times larger than a blue jay. And as you pointed
Holy,
out, has a sometimes 2 to 3 point rack, but I've seen male Canadian titmouse have eight points before. I mean that's a big bird.
that is impressive. That is wow.
Yes, settlers back in the day used to take the antlers and taxidermy them onto rabbits, and that's how the legend of the jackalope started.
Oh, the jack. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too big into the old zoology and like cryptozoology, especially concerning jackalopes, yeah, jackalopes and other
It's all real.
crazy
You have to
creatures.
protect their natural habitats. The Mothman habitat is being cut down at an alarming rate.
So I'm a strong ornithologist, especially a crypto
Hmm.
ornithologist. So we talk about all of the wacky and sort of unexplainable birds that we come across, and I'm with you there. So one bird that I know I love to watch, none other than the Larry bird. That thing is absolutely wild, man.
Yeah, the Larry bird is a magnificent to see. That's an inner city bird, right?
It's an inner city bird that I believe is roughly located in the Boston area, but tends to actually have a very strange migratory pattern that goes all across the country, and you can tell it's a Larry bird by its nice white skin tone, especially set against a much darker flock of birds.
That's
And
true. And this time of year, the Larry bird, back in the heyday of its migratory patterns, would be settling down into some sort of playoff nesting ground, right?
yeah. That's about it. So that's when they really huck up their plumage that looks like very short shorts. They hike them up even more. So even more white skinny legs is showing. But it's something when you see a Larry Bird work, now that it's it's actually impressive. You know that they have the nicest nest. They have a beautiful work ethic, and they really display on the court, and by that the court I mean the courting dance that each Larry Bird does to attract potential mates.
Oh, that is, yeah, it is beautiful. It is definitely a sight to behold. I've heard that the TD Garden is the um premier viewing place that you're going to want to go. Like, you can go out into the hedges at TD Garden and watch the Larry Bird, or at least you used to. I don't know if you still can.
I don't I think the Larry Bird has actually gone into hiding. It has become it's a burrower these days.
Another tragedy, just like the Mothman. Another creature driven out of its habitat.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
Alex, you know what's actually really interesting?
What is really interesting, Eric?
Last week I was walking through the big city streets when I came across the coolest bird I think I've ever seen. I'm talking about none other than a dirty street pigeon.
Ooh, the dirty street pigeon. Now, the clean street pigeon, those are a dime a dozen. Who doesn't want to just, gobble down one of those, throw them in the deep fryer? But the dirty street pigeon, how did you on the mean streets of Stewars, Connecticut, figure that one out? How'd you wrangle one of those?
I actually put out a little bit of bait, which was some French fries, which I know this terrible American bird has actually is part of its main diet, along with other human food scraps, leading to terribly large guts and cholesterol problems. So that's actually one thing that is, believe it or not.
See, I managed to, and I think this is also contributing to the increased rate of heart failure, the leading culprit in pigeon deaths. I managed to track a couple down in Burlington last week, Eric,
Oh,
by
that's interesting.
setting my traps with cans of PBR. You crack them, you got that action,
Okay.
and the street pigeons just come crawling.
That sounds about right, but I heard that the bait has to be specific towards which location is. Like I've definitely heard that PBRs don't work too well on the Burlington birds, but would work really well on maybe a St. Louis bird. And
Oh, what you're telling me is I need some blue lights or maybe some Jennies.
well, I think you would need something even classier. I'm talking none other than some micro brews to really get those bad boys. Like go down to Switchback and just pick up a growler, then you'll really see the flock coming in.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to collect the Blue Jays and the Cardinals here, Eric. I'm just trying to get the pigeons, something that really can quench that pigeon's thirst.
Hmm. So
I don't want to spend all day talking about hop profiles with the pigeons.
that's fair. I mean, if that's the case, why not a canoe beer, man?
Ooh,
Still an
canoe beer is
IPA, but
classy.
still an IPA, and I know those dirty Vermont the Burlington pigeons. They're those dirty street pigeons are hanging out all the time. They would do a lot for a nice IPA.
Oh, that's
I mean,
true. That's
I'm not
true.
gonna say they're gonna turn down the light beers, but they're definitely more, you know, sought after if you give them a higher quality beer.
I'll have to consider it next time. Eric, the other day I was out in, of all places, the Green Mountains. I was going on a lovely hike,
Oh,
okay?
nice.
And guess what bird I stumbled upon?
I bet you saw a if it's the Green Mountains, it was probably something along the lines of a uh green-footed booby.
Ooh, I saw plenty of green-footed boobies, our second state bird after whatever our actual state bird is, which I should
The
know.
hermit
The hermit
thrush.
thrush. Heard a lot of hermit thrushes thrushing those hermits, and I
Uh-huh.
saw a whole flock of green-footed boobies. But no, Eric, I found the invasive. This is the state bird of New Hampshire. Okay, remember the
Uh-oh.
live free or die state, and they were invading, crossing over the Connecticut River out of their natural territory. That's
Ah,
right, Eric, the Granite State ostrich.
really?
Uh huh.
You saw Granite State ostriches
I
all the way
saw a
in the Green
Granite State
Mountains?
ostrich all the way in the Green Mountains. I know that they can come as far north as Barrie to those granite mines, but I can't believe they made it all the way up into my lovely schist mountains up around Mount Mansfield.
So, what you're telling me is we're gonna need to
Imagine my
ramp up
surprise.
border security.
I mean, I guess they're technically like. I mean, I think we should be really concerned about global warming and shifting habitat patterns. Like, we can't let the green-footed boobies leave the state. You know, what if they get
I
pushed?
mean, I love the green-footed booby, and I'm pretty sure that the Granite State ostrich is it a just a competitor or is it a predator of our beautiful boobies here in Vermont?
Oh, the beautiful Green Mountain boobies. Well, I believe, Eric, they are a predator. The
Oh my
ostriches
goodness.
will hunt them down and are a primary food source, if
Well,
left
so
unchecked.
that that's really scary because I
Yeah.
heard that the only way to get rid of Granite State um ostriches, well, their only natural predator was actually the catamount, but because we haven't seen any in so long, that they're probably able to run amok, and they might have been here for a while, Alex.
That's a good point, Eric. The catamount, a Granite State ostrich they're about 4 feet tall, and they look just like your standard African ostriches, except they can run 28 miles an hour.
Holy, that's
And
scary. That's
they will
scary.
feed a catamount for like 3 days.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a miracle that the catamount population hasn't bounced back after having this crazy food supply, but those we were too scared and we overhunted the catamounts, and now look what happened. Our beautiful Green Mountain Green State boobies are just gonna they're gonna they're gonna leave. We aren't gonna have any beautiful green boobies left, and all we're gonna have is dirty Granite State ostriches, man.
I know. I think that 5 high-profile baby snatchings is just the price we have to pay for the catamount's return to Vermont.
Yeah, and let's be real. Those catamounts, they were probably raising those babies right, okay? Like I
Definitely Jungle Book action going on.
it was probably good stuff. I mean, I bet they were cared for. They got their paws licked every once, like probably twice an hour. It's probably the dream come true.
I mean, we can only assume.
But I mean, hey, I mean, the people that came before us, they just didn't know. They didn't know what was really gonna happen, and now we have to deal with these Granite State ostriches coming on in, and I think we should start a hunting party on the ostriches, Alex.
We should open up ostrich season in order to send them back down to New Hampshire and create more habitat for the green-footed booby.
You bet. I don't want to see the green-footed booby go to waste. So I'm all for a endless number of tags for the Granite Mountain,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
Granite State ostrich, as well as a 365-day season.
I think we should put bounties on them, Eric. But the
Ooh,
problem with that is we wouldn't know if they were where they were tagged. So
yeah. That's the problem is we would have to make sure that because I'm very okay with the the live free or die for New Hampshireers, New Hampshites. Oh, maybe not that one. But those people,
yeah, the Hampshire.
um, yeah, the New Hampshites, they
Yeah,
can
they
deal
love it
with
when you
their
call them that.
they can deal with the Granite State ostriches. I mean, it is their state unofficial state bird. We gotta keep them separate because I don't want to see our our state be at fault for something that they did.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, Eric, did you know that there was a group of sixth graders, not fourth graders this time, that got together and proposed that the Granite State Ostrich be the official raptor of New Hampshire? And it was shut down again, just like the red-tailed hawk, in the state legislature of New Hampshire. So they're 2 for 2 on shooting down that raptor.
Wow.
I know.
I feel like that'd be cool. I feel like a state raptor would be kind of neat.
Well, sure they
Personally,
have a state bird, but
I'm a fan of the Ford Raptor. It's got great handling, really hugs the road, especially through tight turns, and the bed size is amazing. You can really fit a lot back there.
you think you can find a group of elementary school students to help push that legislation across to the Governor Phil Scott's desk down in Vermont? I think our legislators will approve a state raptor for Vermont, and I think the Ford Raptor would be a great one.
I think it's possible, yay, probable. I think we have it. I'll start going down to the local schools and hopefully don't get kicked out and then put on any lists.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, Eric, I have one question, just one good hot steaming tweet today for this podcast. Brooklyn Backyard Birds at Brooklyn Birds asks, "This looks good for a golden eagle to me, but curious if any experts agree. If so, incredible sighting."
Well,
And they sent us a picture
I'm
of
an expert.
what is clearly, Eric, what bird is this clearly?
I bet it's a roadrunner.
Oh, it's clearly a roadrunner. You can see the cactuses in the background right there. I mean, how can you miss the tumbleweeds and the cacti?
You can't trick me. This guy knows a lot. I mean, of course, there's not gonna be like that thing's no golden eagle. Golden eagles
Yeah,
are
come on.
cool, but
Brooklyn
roadrunners
backyard birds,
also
come
cool.
on. It's
Like
definitely a
everyone
road.
knows, especially in Brooklyn, where you know,
The Acme
part
Company is located.
a borough of New York City, where
Yep,
obviously there are abundant stretches of desert land that are required for the roadrunner to survive,
yep.
as
Lots
well
of
as the Acme
low-lying
factory.
scrubland and the Acme factory. They're all in downtown Brooklyn.
So it's obviously the roadrunner. I mean, there's no way a golden eagle would live anywhere near there.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. You're way out of their range, man. What a silly question. So I'm glad
Well,
we could clear that up for Brooklyn birds. I mean, the guy's poor guy's probably lost.
he's just not an expert like us, Alex.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you mentioned this already, but what's your favorite bird?
That's a tricky one. Gotta be a mourning dove. They're just so cute and adorable, and easily caught by foxes.
Mm. Yeah. There's something about being easily caught by a fox to really wake you up in the morning.
Absolutely, gets the coffee flowing through my veins. Eric, what is your favorite bird to watch?
Well, I think it would be none other than the reptile bird. I'm talking the skunk bird, or as some people know it on the streets, stink bird, or even the Conhay pheasant. But that's right, we're talking about the hootson.
Ooh, the hootson. What a magnificently smelly bird. Every time
That
I've
thing,
seen a hootson, I go, "Is that rotting flesh?" Nah, just kidding. It's a hootson.
yeah. So I know like I I will always make an annual trip down to the South American Amazon
Yeah,
to
I think it's
really just
actually Hawatson, by the way.
the Hawatson.
Yeah,
Well,
Hawatson.
you can call it the Hawatson. I'll call it the Hootson because he and I like Hootsons and we're tight enough that I'm allowed to call him Hootsons.
Oh, okay. He
So I
understands your
know,
accent.
yeah. He gets me,
Sure.
especially when I'm like, "Hola, Senor Hootson," and the bird just looks at me. And
Como
he's like, "Ah."
estas?
The bird just hits me with the holy cow, not another tourist.
Oh,
Um,
not another gringo, you know? Asks, "Donde está tu papel, senor?"
so the what I love watching about this bird is one, they live in mangrove swamps, and I'm a sucker for a good mangrove swamp. I'm talking the coastal protections that they provide, like the salt water that they nutrify and actually release fresh water with their roots, and just how they really protect coasts through storms and whatnot. And And more of the story, mangroves and mangrove swamps are awesome, cool. Check them out if you can. And Hootsons though, oh my goodness.
Eric, I'm a big fan of the woman's grove too. Not just the man's
Okay,
grove.
you're right. You're right. Not just the man's grove, but the women and the women's groves and the children groves too. They're all good.
Absolutely, yeah. So back to
Um.
the Watson here.
Okay, so I mean, look at this thing. If I had a picture right here, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, is that a dragon?" No,
Oh
no,
my
no.
god, that thing is cool looking.
It's way too cool. It's got this like beautiful plumage. All right, I'm gonna go a little fast for you non-bird watchers, but so it's unfeathered blue face with maroon eyes. Its head with the spiky rufous crust, and the long sooty brown tail with a broadly tipped buff. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. And the upper parts are
Not that
dark,
swooty tail.
sooty brown edged buff on the wing coverts, and a streak bluff on the mantle and nape. Now that's a recipe for a cool looking bird, but that's not it.
There's more.
The underparts are buff, while the chrism, or the undertail coverts surrounding the cloaca, the primaries, and the underwing coverts and flanks are a rich rufous chestnut. So it just really pops, and you won't believe it. So I just
Chestnut
described.
and brown. What a
Yep,
beautiful
I
bird.
just described a beautiful looking bird, and I know I went a little fast. So do you have any questions on this cool looking dragon thing?
I think we're all experts on ornithology here, Eric. So I have zero questions. My biggest question is, what does its diet consist 100% of in the mangroves?
Well, 100% is a little bold because it's actually an herbivore, so it eats some mangrove leaves, but also a fruit or two if it finds it.
I didn't even know mangroves had fruit.
Exactly. I'm just talking random fruits. They just go around and they're on the fruit hunt, baby.
So we got a smelly, skunky, but ultimately beautiful looking bird, as described by expert ornithologist Eric, known as the Hootson, which, you know what, we'll just let you figure out how to spell it.
If you see a Hootson, don't talk to it directly. Don't call it a Hootson. It'll be extremely offended.
It'll give you the stink eye.
No, it'll just start like throwing. It'll open its mouth, and because of its extremely vile digestive system, it'll just smell terrible, and the foul odor will slowly reach you, and then it's over.
You'll wish for the sweet caress of death after that. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely.
the only thing worse is the corpse flower, which you might be standing in and not even know it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a big bird guy. What am I gonna say?
All right, sounds good. Let's get on to our sponsees. Podcast wouldn't be possible without that sponsee money, so let's thank them up this week, Eric.
Well, I would like to thank Sesame Street, and especially Big Bird, who has donated more than $10 billion to Alex and Eric's ornithological expertise in our hunt to find new ways to really reach out to children about the importance of birds.
Before any of you guys get too excited, that is Sesame Street dollars, so the exchange rate is pretty bad.
It's roughly well, we just let the start counting it all out. He's our accountant, if you get what I mean.
Oh, yeah, the count takes care of it for us. This podcast would not be possible without the New Hampshire State Legislature for shooting down yet another state raptor. That's right, the Granite State Ostrich.
And I would like to thank Homegrown Hops for their new and improved bird seed. It's 100% hop based, and those pigeons, those dirty street pigeons, love it.
That's right, homegrown hops are 110% of the diet of the green-footed booby, which is why it's important that you grow homegrown hops to expand its range this summer season.
We couldn't have done it without uh, Big Rose. They're still sponsoring us, and we're taking their dirty money.
Oh, that's right. They hate birds, but they're sponsoring us anyway. Who knows why? Big rose. Also, this podcast is brought to you by all the Canadian birds. That's right, Canadian geese and Canadian titmeece. You got them all.
I would also like to thank my new installation of a specialty bird bath done by none other than Mr. Jonah's Bird Bath Emporium, where, that's right, they'll make whatever you want as long as it's a ditch in the ground and they fill a little bit of water in there. Perfect for all birds of all shapes and sizes.
Don't forget to go to Jesse's Bird Feeder Emporium, paying for a sponsorship this week. That's right, they will make any shape and or size bird feeder as long as it is a pile of bird seed on the ground. That's right, it might also be a multi-purpose squirrel feeder for your local rodent population. That's right, Jesse's Bird Seed Feederama. Come on down at the corner of Seed and Spread down in Manchester.
I would also like to preview this short trailer for Maxie Boy Thuggin's new movie. It Was All Bird. Boom, 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 boom. Da 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 da. Da 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 ba ba da. It's a bird. My gosh.
No, wait, it's a plane. No, just kidding. It's still a bird.
Coming this summer. A man, a bird, and a plan. Do we know what he's gonna do? Not yet. But he's gonna get to the bottom of this bird. In this summer's hit blockbuster, I forgot the title, so I'm gonna call it Birdman. No, there is a bird. That's it. It's There Is a Bird. Ignore what I previously said. It's There Is a Bird. That's the movie. Summer, undisclosed time,
Undisclosed location.
special cinemas only. Coming to a theater probably not near you. It's a bird.
Maxie Boy Thuggins, it's a bird. All right, with that, this has been a podcast. Thanks for listening in to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers intermission. Still on the intermission, haven't got back from vacation yet podcast. I'm Alex.
I am Eric.
For the love of God, man.
I ain't sending that. JK.
What?
I'm just sending it.
Oh wow, you got me, dude, with not sending it and then turning it around. What a podcast.
Oh, I know. You didn't see that one coming.
Oh no, not in a million miles. Woo.
Oh, the edit. I mean, you did it to yourself, bro.
Should be a good one though. Should be a good one. All right, let's get Craig out of here.